Ceiba, Honduras, and my program dates were from September 25th until tomorrow, October 23rd. I mainly volunteered at La Clinica, and the local ABV coordinator is Farrell, and he is excellent. He was always willing to help out with any question that I had, and he was very attentive and always looking out for my well-being. The most surprising thing that I experienced at the program was that I knew that going into this that the healthcare would be at a lower standard than in the US, but I don't think I could have possibly prepared myself for what it's actually like. The clinic is located in a very old and worn down building and pretty unsanitary and dark in certain areas of it. The most surprising thing at the accommodation actually was having a constant Wi-Fi connection. I was prepared coming into this for limited Wi-Fi opportunities, but it was a nice surprise to have this Wi-Fi and always be able to keep in contact with my family and friends, and especially for them to know that I was safe. Another pleasant surprise for me was that there are actually less bugs than I was expecting. So that was something that I was surprised by. There definitely are lots of bugs, so bug spray is definitely crucial, but it wasn't quite as bad as I was expecting it to be. My biggest surprise about the country itself was just the fact that there are many chain fast food places. So I saw things like Burger King, Dunkin' Donuts, Little Caesars, things that I see all the time in the US. I was surprised to see them here. The most difficult thing to experience at the program was that I came here as a pharmacist, and so I spent the majority of my time in the pharmacy, and I quickly realized that the prescriptions don't include key information that I'm used to in the US in order to ensure that it's safe and effective. For example, they don't include the dose, rather they just say the number of tablets. They don't include drug allergies, the age or the weight if they're a child, and it is assumed that the doctor is always correct, and so the pharmacy staff does not double check the appropriateness of the dose, which was very difficult for me to see, in particular for the children, where it is so easy to give an incorrect dose that may be toxic or ineffective. But during my time here, I was able to gather needed information for each patient to ensure appropriateness of these prescriptions and adjust as needed, but knowing that this is usually not the case is hard to see. So the thing that was most difficult at the accommodation, honestly for the most part it was pretty wonderful. There's things to get used to, such as power or water outages and cold water showers, but these are all things that you can adapt to. The one thing I personally had the most trouble with was simply the heat. It was something I'm used to, cooler weather, but the heat and humidity here is very intense, so sometimes that made it hard for me to sleep. In terms of the country, the most difficult thing to see was the poverty in general, and just while driving or walking around, you see so many houses that are just scraps of metal or wood that is nailed together. You see children everywhere selling different fruits or handmade items just to make a little money for their family, and you see a lot of buildings that just aren't maintained everywhere. In terms of tips for future volunteers for clothing, that definitely bring enough to last for at least a week, and we've been doing laundry once a week at a laundromat. You would want to bring, I would say, 6 to 7 pairs of scrubs, as you must change into new clean scrubs to go into labor and delivery areas or the OR.